Virtual instructor-led trainings and instructor-led trainings have a lot in common. They both consist of events, which is the class name, and sessions, which are the scheduled instances of an event. Students can search for, request, or be assigned VILT sessions the same way they search for, request, or are assigned other types of learning in the system. The primary difference between these two types of real-time training events is that VILT requires an integration with a conferencing software vendor like WebEx or GoToTraining. If you have Cornerstone Edge enabled, you can check the marketplace to see if the VILT tool you use is available for this integration. This is a simple process that usually takes only a few minutes. If you don't have Edge enabled but want VILT functionality, reach out to your account manager. Integration with a conferencing software like WebEx or GoToTraining requires an administrator account with credentials, with full site administrator privileges that's exclusively dedicated for use with the VILT integration. Once the integration is set up, the creation of a VILT training follows the same basic path as the creation of an ILT training. First, events, and then sessions are created. One important difference is that instructors must be added to the vendor and identified before a VILT session can be created. Each vendor can have instructors associated with them. In the case of integrated VILT sessions, instructors must be added to your VILT vendor because the instructor is also the web meeting host. VILT instructors must have valid VILT credentials in order to create and host the trainings virtually. To add vendors and instructors, choose ILT from your main page, and then choose Vendors and Instructors. This page displays all of the ILT vendors in your portal, and your conferencing software vendor should be among them. Each vendor has an instructor's link displayed on the right side of the screen. When you click this link, you'll be able to view a list of every instructor that's been associated with that particular vendor. Use the Add New Instructors link to add a new instructor. The instructor first name, last name, and location are all required. Use Search to select a Cornerstone user and location. Fill out the form as completely as you can, then click Submit. Now that your instructors are ready, you're prepared to create VILT events and sessions. The first step is to create an event. When you create the event, you must select your VILT provider at this time, as the vendor cannot be changed after the event is created. Remember, your instructors are tied to that provider. When you create your sessions, you should only add one instructor per session. Unlike regular ILT, you do not have to specify a location to create the VILT session. When it's time for a VILT session to begin, instructors can launch the virtual session from within Cornerstone by using the View Your Sessions link and clicking the session time. Attendees can launch the session directly from their transcript. Updating attendance is another area where a VILT behaves a bit differently than an ILT. After a training session occurs, you'll use the Attendance and Scoring tab to update attendance and scoring and submit your roster for processing. In the case of VILT trainings, you'll need to wait 24 hours after the session ends before updating attendance records. For VILT trainings, you'll use the Update Attendance button to retrieve the attendance records from your conferencing provider, and that can take up to 24 hours. Once that information has been received, you can use the Submit Roster button to submit the session attendance records, which will mark student transcript records as complete. You'll find more information on virtual instructor-led training, as well as information to the different conferencing software providers in our online help.